Hello everyone, my name is Sophie, also known as Only Magical, and welcome back to the Magical Bujo project for the month of September. This month is going to be themed after CardCaptor Sakura for the monthly overview, and then different characters for the weeklies. So to start off, I'm going to be starting with doing a cover page, kind of like a silhouette aspect or the silhouette characters. This is going to be Sakura and Shaoran. I did mostly the outline with Crayola dual tip markers and a mixture of other markers that I had. After I was done with the silhouettes, I went ahead and added this quote. This one's from Shaoran, and it reads, "Even if I lose this feeling, I'm sure that I will fall in love with you all over again." After that, I went ahead and did my actual monthly calendar overview, and this one I tried doing calligraphy here, and I do not have brush pens to do that, so I went back and did like the double shadow or double line, and then I just went and filled all those gaps to make it look more like an actual calligraphy pen. After that, I drew here the actual CardCaptor Sakura wing just as a accent piece, and then I started drawing my actual calendar. So this month is an actual perfect 7x4 squares, so I went ahead and did that, and then on the bottom of it I actually wrote my days of the week. Now, to keep every month different, I actually decided to add a little spot to write my favorite song of the month and then my social trackers. And then here are the box where I'm actually gonna fill them in with my favorite song and my social trackers. This might actually not work for everyone, but in my situation it kinda does. So feel free to change this to whatever it is that fit your needs. It can be a goal of the month or maybe your groceries. So here's also something new that I'm actually gonna try this month. This is actually a sleeping tracker, and I decided to redraw, or I actually decided to draw the sleep card from the cloud cards or the Sakura cards, and this is my best rendition of recreating the exact same card. So for the sleep tracker this month, I decided to do like a whole page. And after I'm done drawing and coloring this card, I actually went ahead and wrote all the days of the month, and as well and all the days of the month, and then on the bottom I actually wrote down the hours of the day. So throughout the month I should be filling this up just to track how much I sleep. Okay, so on the other side of the page, I am actually adding my bill tracker. This is something that you can also personalize to whatever fits your needs, but this for me is something that's essential every month, so I'm probably gonna keep adding them in my Bujo projects. And here on the bottom, I was trying to think of ideas to actually fill this gap. So I decided and redrew and recreate a Sakura Kinomoto picture, and this one's actually based on a Valentine's picture that is official by Clam, so I did my best to try to recreate it as well. And then on her side, I actually made another box to write my favorite recipe or my favorite Valentine's recipe, just to make it look more full in general. Okay, I do want to point out here something that's kind of important to the way that I'm gonna be coloring this spread out, especially in the Sakura. I did not outline with my Sakura marker or my Sakura liner all the bottom dress where my box is actually supposed to be. I actually left it in pencil, so that way when I go over with the marker that I'm gonna be using to do the box, it kind of gives this like see-through translucent feeling to it. So if I actually go back and write with black pen, I can still do so without having it clash with my actual pen. So here I'm showing how I'm actually coloring the cloud card or the Sakura card in this situation. So what I did here is something that is very tricky, since the Sakura cards actually has two different shades of pinks. What I did is I used my lighter shade of the Crayola dual marker. That's the one that I'm using right now to do the darker side of it, and I actually did that lighter one with a pink highlighter. So now I'm just coloring in the Sakura drawing itself. Again, this is a combination of the Crayola dual markers, a few of the Zebra Myliner highlighters, and then I have a Tombow marker as well. Okay, now for the next spread. This is the mood tracker. I feel mood trackers are very popular in most and generally for Bujo journal. So this one's actually my most tedious spread of all for this month. This one, what I tried to do is I drew 28 different rectangles, which are actually going to be a representation of the Sakura cards or the glow cards. But if you see the show, the back of the card actually has very intricate design. That's a very intricate design. So just to make things easier for me, I did not draw the exact pattern that has in the back, so I just went and drew different little symbols that kind of represent that cloud cards, kind of like moon, sun, circle, stars, and I just alternated all of them. If you actually have the time and you enjoy doing like the tedious process of making everything perfect, I do suggest going ahead and actually draw the Sakura cards. Also, the thing that's very flexible about this spread, a lot of the pictures that I use are actually official pictures that I'm pretty sure you can go ahead and like print out and actually glue into your planner instead of actually having to draw them. So now we're starting with the weekly spreads. This first spread is actually gonna feature UniqueEar on Twitter artwork. This one is based on Rima from Shugo Chara, and if you have not seen Shugo Chara, basically the whole concept is that their spirit guardian companions comes from this egg that is born from the person that you want to be. So that's why I went ahead and drew 7 eggs which are actually the ones that I'm going to be using to fill up my days and my tasks and everything. And I went ahead and colored the whole page green. After I colored my spread, I went ahead and added the days and the number of the week. And then this is what I think it makes it like more Shugo Chara. I went ahead and added this checker plaid pattern to it. This is something that most of the characters use as a fashion like statement on the show. So I went ahead and did like 4 lines going horizontally, and then I crossed it with another 4 lines going vertically. Okay, and this is when I actually added the picture to match this spread. This next spread is by Cyanicjade. This is gonna be for all your moonies out there, and this one's not your typical Sailor Moon character that you would expect. This one's actually gonna be based on Sailor Star Healer. So I think this one's my favorite one because even if it's really simple, it looks very intricate and very full. So what I did first, even if you can barely see it, I went ahead and drew 8 circles, 8 uniform circles, and then I started filling out my spread with black stars. I did a combination of like outline stars and then some stars that were actually filled in. After this, I added the date of the week, or the day of the week, in a yellow Myliner zebra marker. And as you see here, I did skip one of the circles. And then I started adding more accent stars, also a combination of different types of stars as well as some dots. And this is why I left the circle. So that's where I was gonna add the sticker originally. After I added the sticker, I went ahead and add more stars in green just to help accentuate the colors that Sailor Star Healer actually uses. And finally, I added the number of the day. I use a gray marker so that way whenever I go back with the black pen, it doesn't clash as much. But I will definitely recommend using the lightest marker that you have. Then I went back with my black marker just to add a bunch of stars just to finish off the page. Okay, this next spread is by Miyushines, and this one is gonna be Ursula from My Little Witch Academia. So this one's very simple doodle-ish style. So I went ahead and started adding my headers for my days of the week, which are the purple stripes that you see. And then after that, I started adding doodles. So this is a combination of things that I think represent this show. Mind you that when I started this spread, I have not seen My Little Witch Academia yet. So this is really mostly inspired in items based on witches. And I did try to add some elements that I thought represent her the best. So as you see here, I added a hat that she wears in the show, and I added a her falcon, like on a chibi version, kind of the one that they have at the beginning of first episode. After that, I just went ahead and added the name and dates of the week. And this is when I noticed that I actually messed up with the numbers, so I just went ahead and corrected it with like a whiteout, and then just wait a little bit so it dried out before I actually went back and write over it. So here's how I'm adding colors. So I did a combination of 3 colors. I added a blue, green, and purple like marker colors, and I tried to blend them as much as possible just to give it like this more magical effect to it. Now after this, I'm gonna be adding my stickers. This one's probably the most unique spread because it's the only one that actually has 2 different types of stickers instead of 1. Okay, so finally this last spread is by BurntGreenTea. This is actually an exclusive This spread is going to be based on Shinobu from Demon Slayer, and this one's actually a very simple sticker, and I think it's very symbolic of the character itself. So I started adding my squares for my dates of the week, and I also added a thicker line on the bottom of the pages. So after I'm done doing that, I'm gonna be adding this different shaped circles on the bottom, and then I'm gonna go back and do this like not uniform drops circle petals, which are actually based on her kimono that she wears. This is actually supposed to be the pattern of a butterfly wing. So as soon as I was done with that, I'm gonna start coloring in. So she has a gradient of green and pink. So I started adding the green one, which is gonna be your top layer, halfway through the page, and then added the pink one on the bottom half. Finally, I went ahead and filled in that white strip that I did on the bottom with my black, and this is actually the border that she actually has on her kimono. I think this spread is really cool looking because it actually represents the character very well. Okay, and as expected, the white space that is left, that's where the sticker is actually gonna be in. I remind you, this sticker is not gonna be available in the digital form, but all the information and link for you to actually be getting this sticker is gonna be linked down below. And also, if you're interested in getting this monthly digital bullet journal planner spread, either the monthly or the weekly. They're also going to be the link down below, along with every information that you need in order to go and support the artists in this spread. If you do like any of the artists, do let me know in the comments down below, so that way I know for sure to invite them over next year. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next month.